Hey everybody, Retro Misfit here, coming at you with another video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let me start off by saying that it is truly appreciated, that you give me some of your time every day, and I appreciate that greatly. Now, as of the recording of this video, I am sitting at 90 subscribers, 10 more to 100, 110 more to that goal of 500 by the end of the year. So I definitely got some work to do. But as far as this video goes, today I am going to give you 5 games that I think every NES collector or every person starting out or someone should own in their collection. Now, although one of these games is kind of a high profile game, I did try to avoid the Zeldas and the very well-known games, and maybe give you some that maybe you didn't think about owning or that you've heard about and are on the fence about. So I'm giving you 5 of those titles that are important to me for one reason or another, or have a reason to be purchased. So before I begin, let me just say, hey, please click on that subscribe button. Help me grow this channel. And then you can always click that bell to stay alerted to anything that does get posted here on Metro Misfit Gaming. Alrighty, let's begin. The first game that I think that every NES owner or every NES person starting out collecting should own is the one mainstream title, quote unquote, and that's going to be Super Mario Brothers. Now, hot take here, I am not a huge fan of the Mario side-scrolling games. I didn't like Mario Brothers. I didn't like 2, 3. I didn't like Mario 64. I don't like any of those type of games. Now, you want to throw on some Mario Party or Mario Kart, I'm down. But in terms of the normal Mario games, I'm not a big fan, which then brings to mind the question, well, Retro, why are you including this on your list? Well, because as I said, some games you just need to have, because one, this is a classic. It was the original pack-in game. And it, definitely is one of the games that cemented NES as a system to be reckoned with and as the cultural icon it's become. The second reason is it's easy. Maybe not so much easy to beat, although that is also true. It's easy for anybody to pick up and play. So if you have this game in your collection, you could, have your girlfriend or wife or significant other who maybe is not into gaming. They can pick up and play with you. If you have kids over, your friends over, you have kids, you can throw on Mario and the kids can pick this up and play it real quick. Even grandparents and parents can pick up Mario and play it. So having this game in your collection gives you an option to, throw on something real quick, easy to play, something where it doesn't take a lot of, thought, and a lot of it's just press right and hit your button. But that's right there is why I think that, we should have Super Mario Brothers in everybody's collection. Although I think that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. All right, the second game I think that every NES owner should have in their collection is Tecmo Super Bowl. Tecmo Super Bowl is one of my favorite games growing up. It's one that I played a lot. It was the first game that I can remember, first football game that actually had stats that continued through the season. And although one season, you only have one season, so there's no, say, quote-unquote franchise mode, I do think this is a great game to play. Again, it's easy to pick up and play. With only 4 rushing plays, 4 passing plays to choose from, and then same for the defense. It's almost a rock, paper, scissors type thing. If you pick rock and they pick rock and you pick the same, you get a blitz, a free defensive run. If not, you have to play defense. Same with the run, on offense. So there's not a lot of football knowledge that has to go into this. Really anybody can pick up this game and play it. You have the coach mode, so maybe if you don't want to play the buttons, you can just choose to play and let the computer run. Or if you can try getting on the sticks and seeing how good you are. This game is carried on so long that there's now there's now downloads if you want to play on an Evercart or on a Raspberry Pi. You can download these things and you can have current day rosters. So definitely I think Tecmo Super Bowl should be in everybody's collection. All right, game number 3 that I think should be in everybody's collection, and hear me out, this is definitely a rose-colored glasses situation, that is Friday the 13th. Why? Number 1, I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. I love the movies. This game is a exercise in frustration. If you don't look up what you're supposed to do, I really don't know that there's anyone who could figure out, just picking the game up and playing it, what they're supposed to do. It's definitely a game that you either need to have the instruction manual to kind of give you a little bit of guidance, or at least watch a playthrough online to figure out. But the reason I say it's rose-colored glasses is I tried to beat this game time and time and time again and got nowhere. And now, of course, on YouTube here, you see people who beat it in 30 minutes. But again, that was because I picked it up used from a used game store that we had in my neighborhood called Granny's Attic. And it frustrated me to no bitter end. But I think now that I've known how to play it, and I've played it now using, the playthroughs and the walkthroughs, it's a lot of fun. It's easy to beat if you go by the walkthroughs, but it's still fun. And it gives you a little bit, that horror game aesthetic on an original console. All right, the fourth game that I think everybody should have in their collection is Baseball Simulator 1000. Now, again, this is a baseball game, so, people are going to say it's a sports game. I'm not really all that interested, but this is a sports game on steroids, on meth. This game has baseball players with power-ups, where you can throw a rocket ball, or if you hit it, it gives you 4 things where the defense has to choose which one to catch. It can hit it so high that it flies out of the stadium. It can hit it so if a defender catches it, it pushes them all the way to the wall and they drop it. So having the power-ups in there kind of make it fun. If you can learn how to field, it adds another layer of strategy in that, when you're playing somebody who knows how to play, are they going to use a power-up? Are you going to use a power-up? So it's baseball plus one, really, is what I'll say. It's definitely worth a pickup. It's probably the best baseball game on the regular Nintendo or NES, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's the best baseball game. I would take this over Bases Loaded or RBI. Those games are fine, and I played those, and I used to have a lot of fun with those. But Baseball Simulator is definitely, for me, the best baseball game and one that you should have in your collection. All right, the fifth and final game that I think everybody should have in their collection, Wall Street Kid. How many of you have actually played Wall Street Kid? Let me know in the comments below. I played this game a lot as a kid. Just learning the stock market really is kind of what I did here. And well, listen, when the NES came out, I was a 12-year-old kid. I didn't know nothing about nothing from the stock market, but for some reason, this game I actually enjoyed. Well, the stocks in here are like, I think one's Babel instead of Apple, and then you have other ones instead of Xerox with an X, it's like Mirac. So they're definitely things that they didn't pay for the rights to use company names, but you know what they are. It's very easily to choose from seeing what the name is to what it corresponds to in real life. But just playing the stock market, I enjoyed this a lot. I used to also play the Hollywood Stock Exchange, if anybody remembers that. Enjoyed that. So this was kind of in my wheelhouse. And, I thought maybe at some point, maybe I'd be a stockbroker. But not what I became. I enjoy what I do. But, and I wonder how many people out there that do stocks now played this game as a kid and maybe fell in love with the stock market playing this game. Maybe I'm sure there's a few. But for me, definitely pick up Wall Street Kid. It's a fun time killer. You can pick it up, play it, and then move on. You don't really have to put in a lot of time to beat it. I believe it has battery backup. It may have passwords, but I'm pretty sure it has battery backup. And I do, and you could just take your time beating it, throw it on for an hour a day, half-hour a day, and play it through. It's worth a play. But definitely should add Wall Street Kid to your collection. But all right, guys, there you have it. There are my 5 games that I think every NES owner should own or at least play. And if you're starting out collecting, most of these games you can pick up relatively cheaply for the price of games nowadays. And I think you'd have fun with any of them. Let me know, what game did I not put on this list would you put? Everybody pick one, put it in the comments below, let me know. Maybe I'll add it to my collection. But again, thank you for tuning in. Click the subscribe button. That's always appreciated. Check out the other videos here on the channel, as that is also appreciated. And please always remember, gaming has no age limit. Bye-bye.